Good morning, everyone. Today is Super Bowl Sunday, and that means playtime in the studio. I'm not a big ball fan. So anyway, I'm going to play in the studio, but I wanted to get this video over, and I wanted to share my newest journal with you using Sam Poole's designs. The main kit that I used is called Portraits de Femme, and I used several ladies from the past images and bits and pieces of several of her botanical kits. So it's basically, the theme is women botanists. So there's a lot of pretty vintage women in here, and I didn't use tons of lace on the inside, but on the outside I did, because I love using vintage lace. So I put a little bit of, I did a little silk ribbon embroidery in the corner, put a little cloisonne heart as a necklace, and let's see what's inside. I just used the seam binding closure. Oop. So under this lace applique are some documents. Here's a botanist woman, and it's just an old document in this really neat envelope. I can't remember where I purchased this, but it's just kind of neat and vintage looking, so I like to make them for a lot of the journals. And it's wrapped up in a piece of tissue and another document style paper. We'll set this aside. Then we have one of the main pages, this beautiful lady and several botanical items around her. And here's another. And it's just paper clip to the top, which I really should make a hidden paper clip. That would be kind of pretty. So here's a pretty woman and an envelope. I think from the top, and it just has a little paper inside. I left plenty of journaling spaces. And such pretty botanical pages. Here's another female botanist, and in some of her documents. And I took the advice of Angie. I don't know her last name or anything about her except that she's famous for sending just surprise packages of journals and laces and vintage documents and stuff. But she had mentioned that she purchases her paper to print on at the dollar store. So I found some at Dollar General. I think she said 14 pound, I'm not sure, but I found, oh dear, I don't remember, but it was at the Dollar General, and it has a gray tint to it, which just makes the documents, when you print them, look even more authentic. I mean, I did nothing to that but print it. So I thought that was kind of neat. So thanks, Angie. And I did a little stenciling. And this is a real, or an authentic cabinet card, and it's from Illinois. And I love it. It's got the embossing down here, the browning, and it says cabinet. But on the back of it, it has another image, like a ghost image, that it must have been stacked against, cabinet cards must have been stacked on top of each other, because the image came out on the back of this one. So I thought that would be kind of neat to include in here. And here's another beautiful piece of lace, which like a collar around her neck. Just beautiful papers, Sam. Very pretty. Excuse me. And this is a specimen slide that I put a real rose petal in. And on the back is a piece of dried lavender from my garden from last year. And a couple vintage mother of pearl buttons and another piece, or a piece of the, this is from a wedding veil. I don't know how old it is. I do know it's like over 100 years old, but I don't know, the exact date. But it tears so easily. I love putting it on dangles. Excuse me, I'm having some throat issues. So anyway, I added a few crinkly pages that I printed on tracing paper. And these are from a botanical kit that I have had, but I thought it went nicely with Sam's. Two little girls who are out collecting flowers. And I love this page. It's just a simple, elegant page. And I used for all of the pages except for the specialty ones, I used the linen paper, which by this way is on sale on Amazon, the 24-pound Southmore white linen paper. It prints beautifully, and it has that lovely texture of a very old book. I love this page. It's like a wild iris that grows in the woods near the pond. And this is just a bookmark with some more of that little sheer netting. And an image from Sam's kit. There's a little embossing using the spackling technique. And this is a fabric. I printed on fabric, and you just peel the paper off, and you could use it in a slow stitch project, perhaps. And another pretty woman, and a nice journaling card. And this tea-stained or authentically aged, excuse me, glassine bag or envelope was came from a friend, so it just fit perfectly in here. So I just put on a tag and popped in a few pieces to journal on. And on the back, this paper was large, so I just folded it over and used it as a pocket. And again, a lot of places, a lot of space to journal. And another lovely page with botanicals and a pretty woman. A piece of vintage lace or netting. And here I just used a little belly band and slid under a few. So that's a sweet little card. A few little journaling cards for notes. And a couple of the women in the kit that I just printed on small pieces for flip outs. And here's another pretty card. And I just cut out a feather because when you're out searching for different botanical species, you run into feathers a lot that the birds drop when they're cleaning themselves. These are small little envelopes of Sam's, and they're really sweet because they just slide in to close. And I also printed them on the linen paper. couple more for photos. This is a large one, journaling card. Whoop. And this is from someone entirely different, which I can't think of the name, but I had them left over from another project, so being botanical, I slipped them in here. And I did end up making a little shaker card with little sequins. And put them in this pocket. And in the front, I just put a couple of Sam's number tags and slid in. I love little snippets and pieces. And they look like purposely torn, papers. So I love to print them out and use them because you can put dates or little stories or names or what have you on the back. Well, we'll mess with that later. And another pretty lady. I used a lot of the, I used my, the Sizzix machine. I can't think, where you punch them out. I can't think what they're called. But I used a lot of the botanical things. How come when you're taping a video, your mind just fizzles? I know I'm not the only one, but it is very frustrating. And here's another sheet of the tracing paper and another pretty journal of a lady from the past. And here's an Edith Holden torn page. Another pretty Mrs. Mary Reynolds. Plenty of writing space. Another Edith Holden page and several envelopes. And another pretty image. Many more images. And a skeleton leaf. I used the old tape method with the alcohol ink. And a little poem about a butterfly used as a tuck spot. And a French page. And a couple more journaling cards. Some large tags for journaling on the back. And I love that page. And more journaling cards. This is just a sticker on a French page, a book page. And more cards. Another little poem. And a few more journaling cards and photos and some pin nibs. And I've put in a few pieces of homemade washi tape in neutral colors. If you have something that you want to stick in here that you have collected, a leaf or something, you can use the washi tape to adhere it to a page. And this is my favorite page. I hope I'm in focus. But this beautiful oval wreath of the most delicate roses, little pink roses, blue flowers, and the green leaves. I love that page. And that is the end. It's a very simple, neutral toned journal. And again, it's using the sample. The main one is the Portraits de Femmes, which is a fairly new kit. So you might want to go check it out. So thanks for watching, and if you love football, enjoy the game today. Thank you.